The first five namas in Lalitha Sahasranama holds key to the foundation of the entire Sahasranama itself. So understanding these five namas is very crucial for you when you want to understand the entire Lalitha Sahasranama itself. So what do these five namas hold within itself? Also, what is the inner meaning of these five namas? Let's discuss in this video. Let's go. Before going into the topic, let us see the pronunciation of these five namas. Okay. Shri Mata, Shri Maharatni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari, Chidatnikunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samudyata. We are going to see the meaning of these five namas. Okay. The first nama is Shri Mata. Shri Mata literally translates to she who is the mother of all forms of abundance. But the inner meaning is quite different. She who is the source of infinite creative potential. This is the inner meaning of Shri Mata. When people who are in srividyasadhana use Shri Matre Namaha as a gesture of appreciation, they say that I acknowledge the creative potential in you. I acknowledge your creative output. I appreciate your creative output. This is something that they say unconsciously. They are not saying it consciously, to be honest. But this is the inner meaning of this mantra, Shri Mata. When you acknowledge the creative potential in you, then this creative potential flowers into something beautiful. Now, Shri Mata is nothing but is none other than Lalitha. She who created this entire universe. If she doesn't have creative potential, how can she create the entire universe, right? So you're acknowledging that infinite creative potential. Now, when you tap into it, what happens is that your creative energy becomes useful to people. See, every single person who is born on this planet has creative energy, but can they use that creative energy to its fullest extent or not depends on the divine's grace. So divine grace now is bestowed by Mata Lalita to make your creative energy work to its full potential. Now, whatever you have in your life, the creative output in your life is being acknowledged by people. Now, people acknowledge your creative potential. This is the Nama's power. They will begin to acknowledge your intelligence. They will begin to acknowledge your creativity. That's when your creative output is of use. When you are appreciated, when you are embraced by people around you, you will be accepted by masses. So this is the first Nama's power. When you begin to adopt Lalitha Sahasranamas, this first Nama, Om Shri Matre Namaha, this Shri Mata, your life will begin to blossom. Your creativity will begin to blossom and people will appreciate your creative output. This is something that I want you to have in your life. By understanding the inner meaning, you can utilize this. Those who feel lazy, those who feel that they cannot bring something worthwhile in this world, those who are not acknowledged for their worth, they can use this Nama. This Nama enhances your creativity, not only enhances your creativity, this brings fame also. See, when people acknowledge your creative output, what happens? You get wealth, you get fame, you get acknowledgement, you get respect, you get lots more through that. So getting acknowledgement for your creative output is important, right? This Nama ensures that. This Nama ensures that your creative output is of use to people. It's of great use to people. It's very constructive. That's all. The second Nama is Sri Maharagni. Sri Maharagni literally translates to She who is the queen of the universe. But the inner meaning of the Nama is quite different. Sri Maharagni means she who helps you embody the qualities of leadership. It is well connected to the first Nama, to be honest. The first Nama brings you creative potential and the ability to express your creative energy in such a way that it is accepted by masses. But you may ask how. The second Nama is the answer for that how. Your creative output will only be accepted when people feel trusted, safe with you, assured, and appreciate your skill. Now, you are being given enough skill and the ability for people to trust you and feel safe with you when you chant Sri Maharagni. Those who chant Sri Maharagni will exude that aura where people will feel naturally safe with them. Your aura will ensure that safeness. They will feel enveloped by your aura. Your aura becomes strong. It becomes enigmatic. It becomes grand. You will you will exude that vibration of grandeur. Now, people will naturally accept you due to your presence. You're strong. unwavering presence. Sri Maharagni gives you that strong, unwavering presence. So the first Nama gives you creative potential, proper creative output. By that, you are getting appreciated by people around you. The second Nama gives you a strong aura, a majestic aura through which people understand you, people accept you, people feel safe around you, so that they accept your authority. See, most people think that Sri Maharagni is authority. This is the authority of Ma Lalita. No, before authority comes safety and acceptance. Only when people feel safe around you, only when you can accept their energy, then authority comes. Authority is the final element for leadership. But before authority, people need to trust you. They need to trust your skill. They need to trust your presence. Only then they will take you as their leader. So Sri Maharagni gives you that grandeur, that ability to make people trust you. So this is a very important key, right? Otherwise, your creative output won't reach the people around you. Okay, this is another element. So Sri Mata and Sri Maharagni is ordered in a way, is arranged in a way that it makes the function efficient. It collaborates together. I hope you understand. The third Nama is Srimat Simhasaneshwari. It literally translates to she who sits on the throne of lion. But here is the inner meaning of the Nama. She who is seated on the quality of courage. So, without courage, you won't have leadership quality and also creativity, because creativity and leadership quality can only be executed efficiently and effectively through the quality of courage. Just imagine, can a coward, can a person who is timid be very creative and at the same time have a leadership quality? Impossible, right? A leader is known for his or her courage, whatever the gender may be, whoever the person is. Every leader has this common attribute of courage. If that leader lacks courage, that leader naturally becomes unappealing, right? A leader who has courage is trustworthy. A person who leads their life with courage is trustworthy. You don't have to be a leader, but everyone has to lead on their life, right? They should have the ability to initiate things. For that, you need courage. Your initiative needs courage. Whatever type of action you do, you need courage. Courage backs up every forms of action. This is a very fundamental element that you need to develop. This Srimat Simhasaneshwari brings you courage in such a fashion that it helps you execute your creative potential and at the same time your ability to lead in life. You don't have to become a leader. First of all, it brings the ability to initiate action. So the first two Nama is interconnected with the third Nama. See how beautifully it is arranged. That's why I said that the inner meaning you should know. Otherwise, you won't know why it is arranged in a specific order. It's arranged in a specific order for a specific reason, for a specific purpose. It was done with complete accurate intent. You need to understand this. Otherwise, you will just read the Sahasranama and go by your life without understanding a thing. So this is a very important element. Srimat Simhasaneshwari. Fourth Nama is Chidakni Kunda Sambhuda. This Nama has a deeper inner meaning, but the letter meaning is she who arose from the Chidakni. There are three forms of Agni in a human being. Okay, you need to know this because it is related to this Nama. The first Agni is in your Mooladhara Chakra, which is Moola Agni. This is responsible for your sexual energy and also your physical stamina. Okay, so this fire governs sexual energy and physical stamina. If this fire is weak, you won't have a sexual urge and also have physical stamina. Okay, so this fire governs that. The second fire is in your Manipuraka Chakra, in your pit of the stomach, which is Jadaragni. This Jadaragni governs digestion and the ability to process information, and also your body's ability to release toxins. So if this Agni is inactive, your body will accumulate so much toxins, and also you won't have a proper digestion and you won't have the ability to process information. This Agni governs that. This is Chidakni. If your Chidakni is weak, what happens is that you will lack awareness. This is the Agni of awareness, self-awareness or universal awareness also. See, the entire universe is born from the presence of Ma Lalita. That's why the Chidakni Kunda Sambudha Nama arrives here. The entire thought form of this universe arises from Chidakni Kunda Sambudha. All thought forms that you see in the entire creation, it finds its origin to Chidakni. So whatever thought process that you have in your mind arises from Chidakni. When you purify your Chidakni, you release negative thoughts. You can reframe your mental structure. You can reframe your mind for positive thinking and positive emotional state. So that's why Chidakni Kunda Sambhuta is placed here. It was not placed unintentionally. It's placed very intentionally as the fourth Nama. Because your creativity, your leadership quality, your ability to lead in life, your ability to lead with courage is dependent on your mental framework. And this mental and emotional framework is entirely relied upon Chidakni. So when you can purify and elevate your Chidakni, naturally your thought process also elevates along with it. So remember this. The fifth Nama is Devakarya Samutyata is the fifth Nama. And this fifth Nama literally means she who arose to fulfill the wishes of Devas. But the inner meaning is completely different. She who arises to fulfill your thought process. This is a Karya Siddhi mantra. So whenever you take an action and that action is not in your favor and your actions are getting blocked by universal circumstances, when it is not backed by universal circumstances and you are getting so many hurdles in the way of your adventure, this Nama keeps the hurdle in check. It removes hurdles. This is a hurdle removing Nama. And make sure that whatever action you take ensures success. Your action becomes successful when you adopt this Nama into your life. This is a Karya Siddhi mantra. So, Deva Karya Samutyata. If you have good intention, after you create a positive framework. See, in life, you may have seen yourself that you may have good thoughts, you may have positive thinking, but at the end of the day, you feel that life beats you down by various circumstances, right? You think that you cannot bring out the positivity in you. You cannot execute whatever is in your mind. Now, the executive ability is further harnessed and made sure that executive ability becomes fruitful in this world through this Nama. So, this 5 Nama is interconnected. If you see this deeply, every single Nama is interconnected. I will give you the meaning once again, okay, as a recap, so that you can understand and reconnect it in your own mind. The first Nama gives you creative energy and the creative output you need through that creative energy so that people appreciate you and accept you. The second Nama gives you the quality to lead, initiate, and make sure that your creative output is not only accepted. People need to feel safe before they accept your creative output. So, to make that first Nama more powerful and add more layer to it and add more meaning to it, the second Nama comes. The third Nama brings courage. Courage brings executive ability. Whatever hurdle is there in your executive ability is being removed through the Nama of Srimad Simhasaneshwari, the third Nama. The fourth Nama brings you the ability to reconstruct your mind, to improve your mental framework, to bring more creativity, more positivity in your life, so that now you have a proper mental framework, you won't have negative thoughts, you will have clear mind to bring more creativity in your life and have more abundance. This is Chidakni Kunda Sambhuta. Deva Karya Samutyata brings your ability to achieve the fruits of your action. That's why Deva Karya Samutyata is placed at last, because even if you execute your action, it doesn't ensure that your action becomes successful. Now, the success of your action is ensured by this fifth Nama. I hope you understand these 5 Nama. Everything is interconnected and arranged in a very systematic and a logical manner in such a way that you achieve success. These 5 Nama brings you success in your life if you chant regularly. Just these 5 Namas. You don't have to chant the entire Sahasranama. Just take these 5 Nama as a practice, okay? I encourage you to take this Nama as a practice. Trust me, this Nama will invite abundance, success, creative output, and people appreciate you for who you are. I hope you get abundance, happiness, and success in your life. through these 5 namas, and understanding and incorporating this meaning is as important as chanting this nama mechanically. See, you can chant the nama without understanding the meaning, it will work, but understanding the inner meaning of the Sahasranama will make the nama work perfectly in your life, and you will also chant with proper understanding. Now, people, when they chant with proper understanding, when they see the results, they can compare it to the nama's inner meaning. They will be like, yes, my creative output is increasing after chanting this nama. Yes, my ability to lead people, the ability to lead myself, the ability to execute my action properly, my efficiency of action, and my effectiveness of action, and the success in my life is increasing gradually through these 5 namas. You can recognize this. If you don't, how can you recognize this if you don't know the inner meaning of the nama? That's why I am trying my best to give you the inner meaning of the nama. Understand this and chant. Okay, this is my sincere hope that may these 5 namas give you the abundance that you deserve in your life. Okay, if you chant this properly. Let's get into the pronunciation of these 5 namas. श्रीमाता श्रीमहाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुण्डसम्भूता देवकार्यसमुद्यता 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 श्रीमाता श्रीमहाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुण्डसम्भूता देवकार्यसमुद्यता